there, this is me, Malorian, and this is going to be a channel update video. So, the short version is that I'm back, and I'm going to talk about why and what's going on. So, basically, I've been doing this channel for a long time, and I decided to rebrand and kind of retire it for a couple of reasons. One was because it's taking away a lot of family time, and so I need to step back on that and kind of spend more time with the family. Number two is I had found something else I could be doing with my kids, like the magic and all that type of stuff, and so I want to kind of like shift into that and spend more time with them. And three was kind of just more of a thing where things had changed in the community and I was trying to take a step back because of everything that was going on. Well, here's basically what's going on now is that, one, I'm kind of finding that when I tried changing this, I was still having periods in the evenings where I had kind of nothing to do. So basically, like, the kids go to bed, my wife is still in school, so she's doing school stuff or has other things she wants to do, and you know, sure, of course, like, whenever I can, I'm trying, like, hey, let's watch a show together or do something together, but there's just a lot of evenings where it's like, guess I'll play some Battle Cats, and like that's it. And as you're sitting there on the tablet pushing things, like, well, I could be doing other things right now. And this is, of course, after I do things like, you know, dishes and laundry and cleaning and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm not lazy around the house and saying, what nerdy thing can I do while I kind of skirt off all of the actual responsibility. And so I was finding that there was actually some time for this anyway. Two, as where I was trying to rebrand this channel as the Malorian Magic to be doing stuff with my son. He is still liking Magic. My daughter is kind of waned, and you know, she really liked the dinosaur cards, the new stuff. She's like, oh, doesn't really care about. But whereas my son will still be happy playing the game, it's not really the big driver that he liked it like before. And so I'm trying to be careful now, because that's what happened with some of the other things, like with the War Machine, when I tried to be like, oh, let's try and make sure we get our game a day, or not game a day, I wish, game a week. That kind of pushed him off of it. So I want to kind of like be easy with that. Don't be forceful. If he wants to do a game, if he wants to do a video, I'm totally going to do it, and it's going to show up on this channel. But at the same time, it's not going to be a thing that I want to kind of force and say like, oh, we didn't do our video this week, and all these things like that. The last one is just talking about me stepping back from the community, and this is where I gotta be careful with my words and stuff I say, but basically when that happened, when the whole thing happened here, and again, if you want details, you can go back and check them out, and sorry, a little bit of a cough here. And I went and said, okay, well, I'm just going to back off, not be running events, I'm not going to do these things. I'm just going to take myself out of the situation so that the community can move on and prosper. The problem is that it wasn't. I mean, the community here is still fairly strong, but unfortunately, one of the main locations that runs tournaments decided, well, you know what, I'm also going to back away and not run events and things either. And so, because of that, we weren't having any events here. So there are lots of events that we could go to, say like if you want to go to Calgary or stuff like that, and of course like the more usual gamers could go and do that, but the people who are being really hurt are just the locals, the local casual players who just want to, you know, like, hey, I don't want to go and drive 3 hours or an hour and a half, I just want a place where I can go hang out and play. And after this went on for quite a few months, like half a year type thing, that's where I was like, you know, something really needs to be done. So that's what I'm doing now, whereas I was going to like step back and not run any tournaments. Actually, the group was going to come together. So as part of Murderers Row, which is now turning into Level Up Gaming, we're all going to actually work together to be running these events, so that's awesome. You know, it's not just going to be me trying to plan all this stuff, take all the responsibility, and do all the hard work. You know, we're going to do it as a group effort. So that's also going to really help as far as the time stuff, because again, when you're trying to do all this stuff, it takes away from family time, but if I have other people helping out, it really, you know, takes that burden off and makes things a lot more possible. Now, the next question is, well, what does this have to do with the channel? Well, I'm going to be using this channel for a couple of things then to try and help with this again. One is I'm going to be doing some more personal battle reports. Now, I'm not going to be doing them as frequently as before. It's not going to be like every single week. When I do my weekly gaming, I'll get those and I'll be doing battle reports. But what I will be doing of my personal ones is I might do a few here and there that I think will be interesting or fun games. But more importantly, I want to be doing tournament reports, right? And the reason for that is, one, just because, well, hopefully it'll be entertaining for people to watch, but again, locally I can post these up and say, hey, look, we have these tournaments, look at the fun games that happen here. And as well, there's always that stigma with the casual players, like, oh, tournaments, that's where the jerks go. And then it kind of helps getting out there, like, oh, look at these games here. It's not people being just, jackasses to each other and, like, win at all costs and cheating and stuff. It's people coming out, having some fun, having some drinks, and really kind of gets that out there. And if they see, like, oh, what's that? There's ones in Calgary where I can get more information. It'll get that out there. I'm also going to bring back something else, which is the weekly battle report. So this one here is going to be the one where in my ones, it'll be taking a picture, doing the whole battle report there from the tournaments. This is going to be the one that I've done. Man, I stopped doing this like a year and a half ago, where it is every week 2 people sign up from the local area. They come and they have a game, and I record it, and it's going to be there. Now, back then, I had actually gone and voiced it over. This won't be that. This will be strictly them playing. It'll be the live sound, and so this should be. Well, first of all, I found that when I voiced over it, sometimes things were going on that I couldn't really explain, so I wasn't doing it justice. So that's a good reason for me not doing that. But again, just whoever wants to come out from the local community and try, like, hey, let's go and have a game. We'll have it on camera. It could be out there on the internet. It's just a great thing that just brings people out of the basements and starts getting them seen and playing with others in the local community here. So that is the intention. That's what's going to be going on. The first ones for me will be GrotzCon. So I am booked because we just got back from a 3-day event there at GrotzCon in Red Deer, and I have quite a few games I'm going to be putting up from that. I think I'm actually going to be grouping them as the formats. So it's like Champions the first day, Masters, and then Invitational at the end. So I'll probably group those together to make things a little bit easier. But yeah, those will be coming out, and hopefully this is all just going to be for the better. So yeah, there you go. If you are a fan of Warmachine, tell your friends Malorian's back, and that, come here to go and check out this stuff here. If you're a person from here in Edmonton or the surrounding area, be looking out for those weekly games. And otherwise, hopefully this will be a lot of fun for all of us. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.